Hello, okay, so this is part 2 now of Slithering Beast. I'm just going to try not to make it too long, so obviously the first half was 45 minutes. So, this is where we got up to in the last session. We had this session going on. I'll just scroll down to the amount of channels. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to play it because my processor freaks out every time I do it with this screen capture software. So basically what I did now is I went to, the thing now is if you were trying to chop or edit anything, there's so much stuff in there that you'd become too scared to do anything. So I went to an Ilgate's workshop and he said, bounce, when you get to this stage, bounce everything down to 6 stems and then go from there. So I'm just going to stop it, and then I'm going to go to the session where I did bounce it down to 6 stems, and suddenly it's a whole fresh palette in your mindset to work from. Okay, so now we're back. We've got our bounce down stems, so you can see now we have all of our beats, vocals, hang drum, didgeridoo, bass, all in the same session. So we just did 6 stems. So it's obviously a track. Just unmute them so I don't have to solo them. So it's all the beats. And I still haven't created the change up bit yet, that comes after this session. It's vocals with all the effects. This is definitely not the way to do it to get premium sound quality, but I don't know, it's the way I did it. Hang drums. Didge. And the bass. So yeah, everything stems from these. I'm wondering what that is there. Some kind of sub-drum. No idea if that's the final version or not. Okay, so now we'll jump forward to the very final session. So from here I went and chopped and edited up and made another 100 channels. Okay, so now we come to the final part of Slithering Beast. This is the final session, so after I'd bounced those 6 stems, basically went and started chopping the whole tune up again. So now you can see what those 6 stems have turned into. That's the beats, which have been resampled and chopped into all sorts of things. I'll quickly go through these in a sec. Here's the vocals, which is now chopped and recorded with all the effects and everything on it. So most of these channels there's virtually little EQ or processing now. It's just kind of everything just kind of sits there. There's the hang drum. There's the big change up bit which I went through in the first session. Didgeridoo, bass, no idea what it is, something. You sample bitsy bits, there you go, extra bits, and then there's the whole track just bounced into the bottom there. Same problem as usual. I don't solo my voice, you can't hear me. So I can't remember if I mentioned before, when you're doing volume automation on the track, you're better off putting a utility there and then just automating the utility to go up and down. That way you still have control of your overall track. So it's a handy little trick. So you can see here there's a bit of volume automation, so you see what happens here with the utility. goes back to normal, and that way in your mix you can still turn the whole track up and down. So that's that. We'll just jump down to this one here. Automation happening here for me solo the channel. Okay, and I'll just get a little intro into the bit of the track that still hasn't been finished yet. So these beats were all made with Tornado. So basically just put these parts of the beat in through Tornado, through a resampler, and recorded it here and then chopped it up. So you can see there's EQ automation happening. Click on that. See something big happens here. Oh, that's actually the end of the track there, but I'll let it go for a little bit and it'll kick into the second part of the track, which we'll finish sooner or later. It's obviously fading out into the master channel. Let's go to Ozone 5 on it. Things running a bit slow. You can see like it's squashing that heaps even before mastering, just to make it a big slamming beat. Ooh. I'll kick back in. Oh, that was a bit where I kind of went a bit far with the whole. So this is what it sounds like when you go too far with compressing and stuff. Here it suddenly sounds really groggy. Yeah, I think I've recompressed that a couple of times or something. A little bit in the sub. I think this is mostly about picking the maximizer. Maybe some stereo imaging. Yeah, I feel it happening. Yeah, like I said, this is all pre-mastering. This is still in the mix, but you get a lot of things right in the mix, and mastering is not such a big deal. Okay, let's jump down to this next one. So you can see this has got bandpass telephone EQ again. So these are just little bits to add to the track. Can't hear anything. So just backgroundy things. I'm going to drop it into the track. This helps with the whole build up of everything. Alright, then you got some more kicks and snares. Nothing interesting happening there. Just a bit of a solid backbeat with all this crazy stuff going on. This is the reverb, which we've already looked at in different. So it's got a 10-second reverb on it. Snare delay. So I've got EQ on that delay as well, just to make it a really subtle thing. So we come to voice now. It's all resampled from the other session. Doesn't look like there's any compression or anything. So check the group. Oh. So it was compressed previously, but not a huge amount. It's everything's pretty raw. So you can hear that really clear now. All that stuff is basically Tornado just going, adding like an arpeggiator or something. But you can hear all that stuff is actually on her vocal channel, which is kind of crazy. I would never advise someone to do it like that. You can see there's lots of automation here from the gain. There's an EQ that kicks in somewhere, it looks like a harsh bit. So have a look here, this is the vocal stem. So let's just see, it looks like I have actually added that to make it clearer. So here's a vocal. Right, so what I've done here is I've gone back to the original session and found her original vocal, because it obviously was too affected here to be used. So let's go back here and have a listen to what it sounds like solid.
Breathing underwater, waves wash above his head. I feel the air is gone from my lungs as I clung to his fairy hide, as we dove through liquid tides, rushing past my eyes, internalized.
EQ is down the end here. Let's just jump down here and see what happens.
I feel the air is gone. I feel.
No idea why I started EQing down there and not anywhere else. Who knows? Okay, so let's roll on. Might be something to do with that delay. So here's some vocal high passy stuff. See the high pass again with brute compression.
Slithering beast swam far out there just to feel at peace with this undescribable shame. Breathing under water, waves wash about his head.
So you can see that this bit here, in that whole change up, is actually a total telephone voice with brute compression. I actually had a lot of trouble with crackling because of the resampling, and I think if we click on this we might be able to see the automation. Yeah, so I had to ease off. That's why I was compressing it a lot, trying to make it really squashed. And then there was a lot of crackling and artifacts appearing because it had already been compressed and resampled and sent through all sorts of things. So you can see that backs off. Whereas if I do this, will this work? No. Let's do it like this. And you might be able to hear all the crackling that's happening. Alright.
Out there just to feel at peace with this undescribable shame. Breathing under water, waves wash about his head.
So I could pretty clearly hear all the crackling and stuff. I hope you probably could too. Yeah, so basically automated that compression to ease off in those areas. Let's just have another quick listen to it.
With this undescribable shame, breathing under water, waves wash about his head.
There you go. It worked. Now delays. We kind of looked at all this sort of stuff. What else? Let's make throw something down here. Possibly more vocally things. Let's just solve those. Oh, there's all sorts of things here. So see the filtering happens. And there's a bit of compression. Phaser on something or other. Actually I just saw that turn itself off. Okay. I don't think it's doing anything. There's something in that first bar. Alright, and the bottom bits, EQ, conversion. Next bit is the hang. Still just no EQ. Was just an amazing sounding hang. I don't think I've EQ'd it anyway. So yeah, let's just shop a little bit. Nothing, doesn't look like anything's happened to that. Oh, something here. Same thing again. EQ and heavy compression. Put both in. So it's right in now. And then you've seen all this bit before. So this is the whole change up bit. I'll just quickly flick through them. When you put them all together. And then there's the ditch. Something like that. EQ. Bass. Nothing. That bit is still in there. No idea what it is. Oh yeah. Just adding a bit of grit to something. It's funny listening to that growly bass line. It sounds like it's not actually meant to be there. Bizarre. Let's have this a bit again.
Is gone from my lungs as I clung to his very heart as we dove through the liquid tide.
Who knows? Let's not analyze it too much because this and bass will cut below. Just some beatboxing. Curious to see what this is. around the bass bomb.
fire.
And then this is a bit. This bit here, which is where the whole track drops to nothing. This is the only one here. So you basically bounce the whole track out and then edit it down, like EQ it. So you can see it fades out, and I think I auto filtered it in previous session. Yeah, and if we roll up, you'll see there's nothing else there. Chop. Chop. So there you have it. That's the track. I'll leave you a little bit of the end. There's the video where it ends. Ditch coming in there. Also point out that's the way I've done all the recording and resampling and stuff. I think I mentioned it already, but it's really not the best way to get highest quality. Next time I'll try a bit harder and hopefully have a good studio to work in instead of lounge rooms. Alright.